video I will tell you about everything we learned in the Reddit AMA with the Embark devs that happened on October the 2nd, 2024. If you want to go check it out for yourself, the link is below the like button, but if you would rather hear my own short version of Embark's answers as well as my thoughts and ideas, you clicked on the right video. And finally, the gameplay you will see in the background is a compilation of Season 4 clips with my favorite loadout, so if you like what you see, I will be sure to make a video detailing it. We are here for the AMA though, so let's get to it. Embark is looking into adding Power Shift and Terminal Attack to maps where these modes are not available, but for Terminal Attack especially, it can be hard depending on the maps. This is most likely due to the maps being designed with Cashout in mind, and then Terminal Attack or Power Shift just get slapped onto them. So I wonder if in the future we might get Terminal Attack only and Power Shift only maps. That would be very cool. TDM or Team Deathmatch is planned but will never be a core game mode because they want to focus on what makes the finals unique: objective-based modes, dynamism, and destruction. When deciding which equipment to make skins for, they apparently focus on equipments most players have access to. So this means the default loadout items for the three classes and equipment common to everyone like the frag and goo grenades. So this is why the AK has like 2 billion skins and the CL40 has about 2 of them. Because every single player has access to the AK from the get-go and it's a player favorite, so it makes more sense to make many skins for that weapon. But they also mention that they do see the memes about some weapons and equipments getting forgotten and receiving no skins, and that they love them and that they will try to please everyone as best as they can in the future. Embark confirms that they are working on mouse and keyboard support for console, but they cannot say anything more. And they don't confirm that there will be an input-based queue despite being asked. And speaking of limited time events, they are working on adding some this season. There will be an event for Halloween, this is confirmed, and there will be cosmetics from the open beta Halloween making a return. So LMTs or limited time modes are temporary modes with special rules and features such as locked loadouts, and usually you can get a lot of cool free rewards for playing and completing event contracts. Sadly, we didn't get any in Season 3, which is a big reason why many players found that season to be boring and too long. In the past we had smoking guns and Steal the Spotlight, for example, which both rewarded players with great cosmetic items, and I still see players daily using these items. And personally I love the change of pace in NMTs, having a casual mode with locked loadouts so you can try new guns and equipment while knowing you will not get hard countered is quite nice. Embark is looking to add more options to the chat wheel, and sorry is one of the priorities. I have been dreaming of a sorry ping since the first time I made my entire team die within 5 seconds of the game starting because I blew a hole in a wall that led directly off the map and my entire team followed me. So I know the maps better now, but they just buffed flashbangs and I'm using them constantly, and you will not believe how many times I have flashed my own teammates already, so I really wish I could say sorry. Cashout and Quick Cash evolved from a mod originally called Download, and they experimented with hundreds of objective types and formats. At one point, vaults were hidden until teams found them or started a cashout. Initially, it was even a single life mode where if your team was wiped out, you were eliminated from the tournament instantly. And while this made the game more tactical, it caused issues with pacing, so they eventually added respawns. I think it could be fun to have a limited time event that will be cash out but round based and single life, kind of like what they describe, and a mix with Terminal Attack or something. Season 4 is Rob's favorite season so far, and in his opinion it's also the one that translates the original vision for the game the best. So it's great to hear that the devs are proud of themselves, and I really hate when people compare the finals to games like Call of Duty or Apex or Fortnite, when these games have been out for literally years and they have like 15 seasons, because like the finals is slow to get stuff done, but it's a brand new game, so it's slowly but surely building towards the best version of itself. We just need to give it time. They think the current game balance is good but can still be improved. Despite it being a huge challenge, they do want all three classes to be as competitively viable as each other. They are working on customization options for the front end, such as a jukebox feature, which is a top priority estimated for Season 5. So for example, you will be able to enjoy Season 1 music in the main menu of Season 5. So maybe we will be able to change the main menu background, for example, and it could even become some kind of new cosmetic item in the Battle Pass or something like that. Embark is actually considering making the OSPUZE drink a reality, and Dusty says she talked about it to people at TwitchCon. Realistically though, we are probably a very long way from being able to taste OSPUZE because Embark barely started selling simple t-shirts and stickers, so selling canned drinks is on a whole other level of complicated. They are aware that the engine update to 5.3 causes performance issues with some players, but they already fixed some of the problems, and they said they are continuously working on performance optimization. They also plan to continue updating FSR, DLSS and XESS, and they are looking at TSR but have not made a final decision as to whether or not they will support it or when. By the way, I did not understand anything I just said. They have a long list of social features they want to add, and clans is one of them. Right now in game, the only social features we have are the friend lists, the text chat and the voice chat, and even these features are far from being perfect. Because Embark likes to perfect features before adding new ones, it's possible that we get a friend list and text chat overhaul before we get new features. They want to add more game show events, so game show events are like Retro Invasion, Low Gravity, Meteor Shower, but first they want to improve and expand on the existing ones. As an example, they imply that certain World Tour stops could have modified versions of the game shows. So this is just me rambling, but if I had to guess, I would imagine something like a World Tour stop where for a week the Meteor Shower event is the only event, and meteors fall on the entire map, kind of like in Worms, or maybe there is a single giant meteor that blows up like half the map or something crazy and cool like that. I think it would be very cool because currently the events generally change absolutely nothing, and even though Mega Damage supposedly got fixed for Season 4, I am still unable to notice its effects. Like, it's literally unnoticeable for me. Rob also seems very excited at the idea of adding a The Floor is Lava game show event and presses Tixon, another dev, to do it. And I really wonder how that will work, because it will need special respawn locations so players don't respawn on lava and start taking damage instantly, which makes this project probably way harder to pull off than it sounds. So we believe in you, Stixon. Good luck and please make it happen. Reddit user Grunneck8781 also talked about his idea to have the Alien Invasion event able to pull players up, and they point out that since events are not in ranked play anymore, Embark should not refrain from making even more fun and disruptive events. So Embark, and probably Rob actually, replied with the eyes emoji, implying that they agree or even that they are already working on it. In my opinion, the eye emoji as an answer to this specific post means that the Alien Invasion will indeed pull players up, kind of like the Gravity Cube, in the near future, which is going to be very cool. And finally, Oscar said that game show events could return to ranked play depending on how the players react to them being gone. So if you are unhappy about not having game show events in ranked anymore, go tell the devs in the Discord server. The real-life merch shop will have items for each sponsor, so you can be an Anjimo simp or an Iselt enjoyer in real life. And if by accident you buy an Holto t-shirt, you can just use it as a rug or something like that. And in case you are not aware, if you buy a cosmetic item in real life in the merch shop, you get a virtual copy for your character to wear inside the game, so that's pretty cool. Embark is open to making more maps based on real-life locations like Monaco is. They don't explicitly say why the decision for the announcers to be AI voices rather than actors was made, but it seems to be because it fits the game's world and the lore. They also have some prototype versions of Scotty and June that will make the game even more immersive and dynamic once added to the game. So the obvious guess and the thing we all want is that someday Scotty and June will say player names, but of course it comes with like some issues, because if someone has a racist username and it's hard to detect, then Scotty and June will be saying racist stuff, right? So I don't think it's that simple, and it might even be a reason why it might never come like that. They also want to add a feature that allows players to hide their in-game names to others. So for example, if you meet me in-game, you will see me called something random or like contestant instead of Jinko YouTube. This is useful for content creators, but also to regular players to avoid harassment related to your nickname, for example. They give the example of Waterdance's stream with Oscar, a recent stream during which she had a hard time muting a random teammate because there was no option to next to their name. which forced her to go into the settings and enable voice chat with friends only. At least that's the part I saw on her stream, but you get the idea. Currently it's hard to have meaningful connections with nice teammates or to block out annoying ones. And finally, in this answer, Dusty thanks the community for giving feedback to the team to help them set their own goals right. So if you usually refrain for giving feedback to game devs because you are not used to, or because you feel like it's useless because there are so many people giving their opinion, please do actually give your feedback to Embark, because they care about what players have to say and they do read comments on Reddit and YouTube. But of course, the best way to send your feedback is in the Discord, the official Discord server, and it has channels dedicated to giving feedback. But please remember that if you do this, these people are actual humans like you, so don't be like insulting them and stuff. They have multiple improvements planned for private matches, and user Waltcast asked about 5 of them, and Oscar confirmed that they are all on the list. So the 5 points are choosing map variants, selecting teams in lobby, multiple spectator slots, spectator viewing the kill feed for all teams, and improved or customizable hotkeys for spectator view. So I stand by this because currently as a content creator, the private games lack a lot of features that makes recording video way harder than it could be. Not being able to disable events will ruin some shots because like you have a meteor falling and destroying stuff that you don't want destroyed and stuff like that. Or maybe you start a match and it's nighttime, so you restart it and it's foggy, and you restart it and it's night again, and you restart it and it's raining, and you just want a freaking good weather map for your shots. So yeah, it's very annoying, and the most annoying one is of course matches that end within 15 minutes, and it forces us to restart games over and over and over when we want to record for like 1 hour. So I really cannot wait for private games to get some more love from Embark. They also say that they will look into making the brake light glow on the Vintage Vengeance KS23 skin when you reload, as suggested by Aristeh. I don't know how to say your name, sorry. So usually it makes more sense for developers to work on new stuff to sell you or to present to you, rather than improve cosmetics that were already released, but I think Embark is passionate enough about the cosmetics and cares enough about us to actually do this. Someone asked what class the devs main, and we got Rob and Dusty as heavy enjoyers, Oscar the annoying light, Matt who is contractually bound to all 3 classes, Stixon who plays Mercy but in the finals, and finally Gustav who can't play heavy because of Rob apparently. Rob was asked how he makes such great Easter eggs and puzzles but doesn't want to answer. They also want to allow us to use multiple stickers on the same equipment. And finally, the virtual dog June mentions in one of her voice lines is a Swedish Volhund. I'm not too sure how to say that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I tried making this more pleasing to listen to than it would be to browse the entire AMA. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked the gameplay in the background if you actually watched and didn't listen to this while cooking or something. And good luck for your next game, and I will see you at the finals.